Alright guys, so something just got delivered at the old house. We are on our way to go pick that up right now, and that will be the start of a very cool, very unique new project here at the House of Masks. Let's go. Oh, it's rainy. We're taking the race car today. All right, so like your mom has told me many times, I've got a big package. Alright guys, it's been a few days. We have a couple more items that have shown up recently, and I can finally tell you exactly what we are doing in today's video. So today's video is actually going to be quite the process, and that is because we are doing another life-size build here at the House of Masks. But what are we building? Good question. Now, some of you guys probably remember, and for those of you that don't know, we recently redid the storefront window. I hadn't been happy with how that window looked since we moved in here. It was just pretty boring and bland, and essentially the only thing that we had up there was a life-size Michael Myers from Halloween 2018. Now, while we did keep that 2018 Myers, I also added quite a few shelves up into that window, and they are sprinkled with all kinds of goodies, everything from vintage masks to Goosebumps books, random old antiques and Chillicothe items, things from our sponsors such as Fallen or Liquid Death. You name it, the window pretty much has a little bit of everything up there, but it's a little uneven because we have a 2018 Myers on one side, and then this random little weird space that you can actually access the window from the inside of the building on the other side, but it looks very open, awkward, and there just needs to be something there. Now, since the Myers is on one side and then there are a bunch of bookshelves, I figured the only thing that made sense was to do another life-size build on the other side, but I wasn't sure what I wanted. I didn't really want to do a Slipknot life-size build in the window. I guess that would be the most reasonable thing to do, but I just wasn't really feeling that idea for some reason. And then when it comes to other killers like Michael Myers, such as Leatherface, Freddy, Jason, I'm just not nearly as into those guys as I am with Michael Myers. So, what am I to do? Well, someone actually had the great idea to do a life-size build of myself. The old, retired, if you will, AJ Good convention look. The look that I would wear to conventions, concerts, meet and greets, art shows, you name it. Why not do a mannequin of that? I thought, you know what? That's actually a fantastic idea. I really like that. I'm vain. So, that is what we're gonna do. We've got a real short mannequin here, because obviously I'm not 6'5" or however tall they make all these mannequins. And we've got a box right here on top from Connor DeLess, which I am going to open right now and show you guys what's inside of there. Once we take the items out of here, I'll walk you through what we're gonna do with that, and then let you guys know the rest of what is included in this project. And once we get it knocked out, we should have a pretty cool display for the window. So let's go ahead and get on into this package from Connor and see what we've got. All right, here we go. So, it looks like there is an extra piece. Oh, this is something that I've been waiting on for quite some time. This is actually for my Slipknot collection because I lost my other one. No idea when or how that happened, but I've not been able to find my Josh Brainerd style Executioner hood. Connor had one that he told me he was gonna sell me super cheap, and he ended up just giving it to me. So that's super cool. Definitely going to get that up on the shelves. But the real item that we were waiting for is this semi-finished AJ Good mask. And I say that because Connor just wasn't really happy with how it was turning out. I am going to completely repaint this thing and do it into the gray version of my mask, and that is the one that we will display on the mannequin in the front window. So we're gonna jump into a loose time lapse of me repainting this, finishing it out. I have a few other items to go grab, such as the shoes, shorts, windbreaker, etc. We will put some makeup on the mannequin, get everything set up, and then show it off at the end of the building. So without further ado, let's hop on into this time lapse. Alright, so the mask is complete. This is done. We don't have to worry about this for a second. Now we can get on into the mannequin, get him built. I've got my entire attire over here from the conventions and whatnot. And we're gonna dress this thing up, and then the final thing that we need is a wig, which I'm actually waiting on in the mail right now. So let's go ahead and get this thing set up. We'll go ahead and get him put in the window, and we're just gonna have a ball to AJ for a second. Alright, he's a little shorter than me, but do you know how hard it is to find the correct size mannequin for somebody of my physique? They just don't make 5'9" mannequins. It's either 5 foot or like 6'12". We're doing the best we can, okay? Alright guys, hopefully you can hear me over the traffic and hopefully you can see me over the sun. Hey, that's real cool, man. It's a few days later. I have the wig here. I've actually had the beautiful ladies over at the Class Act School of Cosmetology take care of cutting it to my length, and we've also got it a little oily so it looks wet or whatever. So we're getting ready to add that to the mannequin. That will be the last step, and then I'll be able to show you guys the completed project, which I am super happy with. But first, we have one more thing to do to the wig, and that is to get rid of this really weird old man cut. I'll add it to the mannequin right now and show you exactly what I'm talking about because it is strange. What on fucking earth? Why would any wig ever look like this ever? Like, even if it's attached to someone's hair. What the fuck? Fear not, because we've got a needle and some thread here. We're just gonna sew it back together like this and hope for the best. I don't think that it's going to be too big of an issue. I'm just confused as to why this would ever be a thing to begin with. Ta-da! I ain't even gonna lie, looks pretty fucking sweet. Alright, so here it is. This is the completed product, and as we always say, completed, because is anything really ever finished around here? I'm definitely super happy with how it turned out. There are always things that could be improved. Obviously, I think the wig could be a little grosser looking. My hair is slightly curlier than that, but it is what it is. If we're going for the wet look, it usually straightens out. So this isn't bad, but I may put some more oil in there just to kind of help that out a little bit. And as of right now, he doesn't have any of my hand tattoos, and that's just because when I originally started this project, I was going for something more along the lines of when I wore this at conventions, but then I realized I like this hairstyle more, and I think more people are going to recognize this hairstyle because it's my current hairstyle. So I'm going to have to go in and add my hand tattoos at some point. Won't be anytime soon, but regardless, I'm super stoked with this project, and it is definitely not every day that you have to make a life-sized build of yourself. So this was definitely an interesting one, definitely very weird. I know a lot of people think that I'm some sort of self-centered asshole, but I'm actually pretty self-loathing, so it was strange to have to go in and replicate myself. What a weird thing. Just even saying that sentence is kind of odd. So I will give you guys some nice up-close looks at it. We'll step outside and show you everything in the window as well, and we will call it a day for this build. Thank you guys very much for watching. I definitely appreciate you. And until next time, this has been AJ Good. And that has been AJ Good at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and yes to life-size builds. And we'll see you guys later.